died in 2010. That caused a lot of anger and anxiety. He'd come to all my games, even from under 10s. He always used to say to me, "You'll play for Ireland." It's probably one main reason why I wanted to play for Ireland, when you hear that ring in your ears every time you run out on the pitch. I always felt like keeping my emotions in was the way to kind of deal with it. When you've got this knot in your stomach, you're struggling to get up in the morning. Eventually you start talking and it's nearly like a gas valve releasing. It was very tough because we were very close, myself and my brother. We'd always stand in the same spot, so when I'd run out I'd always have a look over. It can be from the smallest thing that you say to somebody can make you feel better, and the longer you keep it bottled up, the worse it's going to get. So after what happened to my brother, I think it's really important to be open about mental health.
And that was the voice of rugby star Jack McGrath, taken from an excellent video he made as part of the IRUPA and Zurich sponsored initiative called Tackle Your Feelings, which is aimed at raising in a major way the importance of mental health in general and mental health in the workplace in particular. And I'm really thrilled to have Jack McGrath in studio, along with Créde Sheehy-Kelly, who is the Tackle Your Feelings campaign manager for the Irish Rugby Union Players Association, or IRUPA, and Elaine Hayes, who is corporate responsibility head of for Zurich, because I almost forgot what you were. Sorry about that. Jack, tough, but why did you choose to get involved in this campaign?
Well, firstly, it's a mental health well-being campaign, and it's in partnership with Zurich, and it's being run by IRUPA. And the reason I got involved was I spoke to Créde, and I knew this campaign was coming along, and I knew I had a story myself, and I just felt it was kind of time to open up about it.
You're not expected to open up. You guys are tough guys.
Yeah, well, I think that's what's so important now, is that rugby players are seen as that, and that they are starting to open up, and it is okay to talk, because it's probably easier to keep it in and bottle it up, but
and not good for you.
Not good for you at all. And it's great to see the difference it's made already. Like, even kind of random people coming up to me on the street saying how important the video was to them, and that makes it all worthwhile. And seeing other rugby players getting involved is great, because it's kind of important. You can see that myself and other guys who've been involved have kind of paved the way for other players to kind of speak up.
How tough was it to make the video? Very
tough, yeah. I had to speak to my family a lot, and me and Créde were kind of toing and froing for a while, and it was difficult, because you're opening up, and you're sort of opening up old scars, I suppose, there that you didn't want to talk about. But I think I'm so much better now from talking about it, and the feedback I got was phenomenal. So it's definitely something I don't regret.
And opening up can be sore.
It can, but sometimes you have to tell people what they don't want to hear. I think when you're in hard situations, but I think, as I said in the video, and I still believe it is like a gas valve releasing. When you get to a point where you do have to open up, and once you even say one small thing, it is a small bit of pressure off your chest, and I firmly believe if I'm feeling like that, others feel like that.
Créde Sheehy-Kelly, this is your idea. It's a great idea.
Yeah, well, it's, I suppose, just to give a bit of context in case people don't know what IRUPA is. So we're the representative body for all the professional rugby players in Ireland on the women's programme. And I suppose mental health is a big issue for our members. So we do a member survey every couple of years, and in the last one in 2014, we found that mental health was something that some of our players were struggling with, just in terms of day-to-day issues such as, like trouble sleeping and issues with relationships, worrying about performance, that kind of thing. So it's something that, as representing the players and protecting their welfare, we wanted to address with them. And then from my own professional background as a sports psychologist, I would have worked with a lot of males in that kind of 18 to 35 age bracket, and I kept seeing how if you linked performance, if you explain to someone that, look, if you deal with these issues that you're experiencing off the pitch in your personal life, you'll actually improve your performance on the pitch. They're very willing to open up and address them. So I suppose it was kind of a combination of a few different things, but we figured that if we could make emotional vulnerability acceptable, so frame it in a way that people saw it as relevant to them, in an everyday basis and in this kind of normal part of life, that they would be willing to work on it.
Elaine Hayes, you are corporate responsibility spokesperson for Zurich. Zurich have sponsored this because it's good for Zurich.
Well, I think as a large employer in the Irish market, we recognise the value of looking after the well-being of our employees. And so when we spoke to IRUPA about getting involved in this campaign, we just, jumped on it really. Not only is it helping us to spread the message within our organisation, but to spread that wider to organisations in Ireland, to, the wider public, to spread that message of look after your mental well-being, be proactive about it, and, you'll be in good stead for the future.
And what have you done in Zurich? How it's not just guys come in and there's something going on here. You've actually actively gone out and said, do this, isn't that right?
Yeah, well, one of the things I think that's going to be very powerful for our employees is we've asked members of our employee group to come forward and share their own stories in the same way that Jack has, and we've had 5 people come forward to talk about the challenges that they've faced, with their mental well-being, be it the loss of a loved one, be it transition in their career, and that's so powerful for other employees to see these guys come forward and be role models and talking about their mental well-being.
There is a stigma, though, in business that if you open up, that you think, oh, geez, that's the end of my career.
Yeah, and what's really encouraging is that actually there's a lot of senior people in our organisation who've come forward to talk about that. And so I think, that gives the message to everyone that, maybe I might tackle mental well-being challenges, but I can still progress in my career. I can still, reach the highest peaks.
So it's not just about large organisations. This is aimed at every organisation because, Créde, there are events coming up.
Yep. So we have a lot of our campaign is on our website, so tackleyourfeelings.com, and the videos that go out through social media. But we actually want to bring it to life within the communities, and that's a huge part of it. So we've been doing public panel discussions, and we've done 3 so far across Ireland and Northern Ireland, and we have our Leinster one on Wednesday. So this will be Jack McGrath, Hannah Tyrrell, Shane Jennings, and Marcus Horan, and Dr. Eddie Murphy, all just talking about mental well-being in a very informal way. It's on in Lansdowne Rugby Club at 6:30 on Wednesday to 8:30, free to attend. And the information, if you follow IRUPA at IRUPA on Twitter as well, you can find the Eventbrite link, or you can look it up on Eventbrite.
And not just Dublin.
Not just Dublin, no. We were up in Ulster this week and Tommy Bowe spoke, which was really powerful. We were in Connacht the week before, and Jay Keenan and Cathal Sheridan spoke, along with Michael Swift, and Pat Lamb actually did the opening address. So it's really gathering momentum, and we feel that people from all aspects of rugby have come forward to get on board with the campaign, and it's only growing, and it's the first year of a 3-year campaign, so there's a lot more to come.
And do I see that you're also then going to go down to Wexford?
Yep, so we have our internal panel discussions with Zurich, which is obviously a huge part of it, and we're looking forward to that. So we have our Dublin one with Zurich on Thursday actually, and then Wexford the following week, so lots of activity.
And anybody who wants and should, I'm really saying this now, do look at the Jack McGrath and the other videos. They are powerful, and they will find them where?
On www.tackleyourfeelings.com.
Tackle Your Feelings. Thank you very much all for coming in, because as I say, we're absolutely jammed on time, but fantastic. And Jack McGrath, thank you very much, because I think it is a huge thing to do. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Sunday Business Show on Today FM.
At Johnston